Kings 88.5.
Kings 88.5 FM.
We got the flavor.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy him pamper. Really, man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, he said, when you run for one term, he said, I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree.
The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No, they're old. He take Kun is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you as president. The old man is old. He take to produce vice president. Our prayer. When you turn to the man, the old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No, the old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? Against our prayer for you to produce vice president. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, and I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No.
Let me abruptly regurgitate my point of view vis-a-vis using my perspicacity and ratiocinations as a compost mentis homo sapient and as an erudite and academic juggernaut. Let me delineate the nitty-gritty, the nuts and bolts, and the crinkum-crankum of the status quo. You see, this is not me venting out my garrulity and loquacious monomania in this tete-a-tete. I would never intentionally obfuscate, befuddle, becloud, and buff in a fog and canopy of obnubilation and ago-bago malarkey. Now, let me digress to the crux and focal point of this colloquy. It is dismally lugubrious and dolorously lachrymose that the premium motor spirit, or if you have the proclivity and propensity to refer to it with the layman's nomenclature, which is no more ubiquitous. And concomitant to that, the price keeps burgeoning and mushrooming as a corollary to the scarcity. Now, let me demystify and delineate as I pilot and paddle you through this expository legato peregrination of rebarbative rigmarole.
Languid, languorous, and in a financial comatose, they have the intrepidity and temerity to incautiously introduce the endemic and autochthonous excruciating bank charges. What a debilitating, attenuating, enervating, and exasperating situation. The totalitarians, tyrannical and tyrannous politicos, leave the masses in what I call happy-go-lucky and desultory attitudes. The prodigious charges, or if you like, call it taxation, has anomalously caused a proliferate, unabated, skyrocket cost of living in our milieu. Why create a financial tumult, a financial rumpus, in our pockets? The anti-penultimate lemma is melancholious and rebarbative, so it has to be barbiturated, proscribed, annihilated, and decapitated. If not, it will cause another financial bankigism, financial dilapidation and lobotomization, financial precipitation, maladroit and malady. The charges has to be barbiturated, or else I will not koto in this boho. I will not koto in this boho. So akatako anogenekaro, I will not koto in this boho. The charges has to be barbiturated.
See, this is a mendacious, perfidious, fallacious, erroneous, and egregious asseverations, allegations, avowal, and affirmation, unequivocally and uncontrovertibly stating that I did not fecund, propagate, proliferate, and fertilize this lady's prenatal chambers, ovaries, and ovum. Let me give you the utmost veracity, verity, and dinkum oil, and the cornucopia and gallimaufry of the ingredients of this pandemonium and conundrum. For donkey years and a month of Sundays, we are engaging in pata-pata, rumpy-pumpy, and coitus, but I must admit that I did not fertilize and fecund your ovaries, goog, and prenatal chambers.
Because in this particular scenario, I will not temper justice with me. Who is that arrogant homo sapien that was part of the production process of bringing this infinitesimal being into this wicked world? Young man, it is crystal clear that you're mentally unstable, and this idiot standing before us is a super moon.
See, this is a mendacious, perfidious, fallacious, erroneous, and egregious asseverations, allegations, avowal, and affirmation, unequivocally and uncontrovertibly stating that I did not fecund, propagate, proliferate, and fertilize this lady's prenatal chambers, ovaries, and ovum. Let me give you the utmost veracity, verity, and dinkum oil, and the cornucopia and gallimaufry of the ingredients of this pandemonium and conundrum. For donkey years and a month of Sundays, we are engaging in pata-pata, rumpy-pumpy, and coitus, but I must admit that I did not fertilize and fecund your ovaries, goog, and prenatal chambers.
Because in this particular scenario, I will not temper justice with me. Who is that arrogant homo sapien that was part of the production process of bringing this infinitesimal being into this wicked world? Young man, it is crystal clear that you're mentally unstable, and this idiot standing before us is a super moon.
Tima Doma is my cousin. I was born in Nimakante.
You got birth certificate?
I'm coming now. Revving TikTok. Reverend, you divorce your wife 2 times. You divorce a 2-wife woman.
You see how you done lie? I only been married twice. I was divorced twice. You know jack about me. You don't want to say you were divorced your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know me.
Doma is my cousin. I was born in Nima County.
You got birth certificate?
I come in now. Reverend, take time. Reverend, you divorce your wife 2 times. You divorce a 2-wife woman.
You see how you done lie? I only been married twice. I was divorced twice. You know jack about me. You don't want to say you were divorced your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know me.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much
important. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
So we've got the issues to talk about. Oh yes, it's the weekend. We've got a couple of things to talk about in this reign of Nebuchadnezzar, where everything is going down the hill. The country is in the septic tank. Just as Senator Dillon said, the economy was in the septic tank under former President George Weah. Well, the country has gone 500 feet deep sea and in the septic tank under Nebuchadnezzar. Finance Minister Augustine Kpongafwan is clear we got difficult years ahead as he tries to develop an exit strategy from the Unity Party government. So it's the show, Real Talk. We talk it real, uncompromising, but nationalistic and patriotic, because this country is ours, not the dynasty of President Joseph Yuma Boakai and his cohorts. So we've got the information and we got money to give you. Start playing the King's Cash giveaway. Dial star 799 star 25 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. And then you have for yourself your weekend 10,000. And then you can get on balling. Yes, we are back with God hovering odds. Andrew T. Nangwe, you are on from Caldwell. Thumbs up. Harris City, you are on from your residence, Caldwell, New Georgia, resident FC Barcelona for life. That is very good. Good. Yes, you have long life. The fact that you're supporting Barcelona, that's extra lifespan from God. Emmanuel Bro, you are on. You are on. That's Tyler Bowie. You're on from Carfield, Dupont Row. Grace Core, you are following from Texas. You said this is your first time on the show. Good to have you on. Welcome. Hope that you can stay on. But once you have made the attempt, nobody makes the first attempt on Kings 88.5. Any one of the shows and go, you stay and become a permanent member. Good to have you on. Grace and welcome. Matilda Stevens, you are on from Iowa, the United States. Emmanuel Fire from Marshall Roll, Magibi County. Musa A. Sherry from Sophie Community, Congo Town. Ralph Cooper from Denver, Colorado, the United States. Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville. Samson Carey, District 11. District 11 is the district of that man who calls himself Speaker, Richie Kuhn. Hey, you people, sorry to say, but your district curse. You'll get that kind of man representing you. Charlton Bobby Smith from Chocolate City. Tina Cooper from Denver, Colorado. T. Max Zuckenberg, you're on from District 18, Factory. Another dead district. Your lawmaker is sleeping. We are told that 17 districts are unrepresented at the For the Love of Money place called legislature. Emmanuel Collet, you've come on. William K. Sumawulu, you are on from Staten Island, the Dogs community. Manduri, Chelsea CC, you've on from Congo Town. Okay, yes. William Massacre from Pennsylvania, the United States of America. Juju Oneway from Johnsonville. Titus Rennie Notch Jipley, Johnsonville also. Okay, Veneta Johnson Freeman, you are on. Media development partner or professional, you're on. Thank you so much for coming on. Otto, you are on from the Freeport of Morovia. From the Freeport. Are you in Freeport or you are on the French, where Ducle has turned the National Port Authority into his family affairs, tribal affairs, religious affairs? Asada O'Dozen, you're on. Matilda Stevens, okay, yes, I did. Where is Claudie Allison? Where my dear Southeastern sister Dwight? Okay, I hope that you people are faring well, and you'll come on later. So it's 10,000. We're giving you weekend money, yeah? Start playing now to take your weekend money. It's not easy. Every time I tell you this, you think that it is a joke. Well, yesterday you heard it. The Minister of Finance, Augustin Gwangafwan, made it clear that difficult days lie ahead of the country. Not days, but years. He said, yes, the country will experience tough times, very difficult times. So in the midst of the crisis, in the midst of this tribulation period, we try to give you money and you just, sorry to say, but you just stubborn. You want something to happen, then you're running here and there. You need to have money ahead. Always have money before any crisis, because that what can take you out. We were yet throughout the 1990 war. What happened? Money was the dominant factor. People who did not have money in that warfare or crisis, they die. And money is going to play a major part in the tribulation period. In the tribulation period, if you did not have money, well, you will die. Starvation will carry you. In the next war, money will also be very significant. Money is one thing that would never, ever fade off. Every other thing, like God said, every other thing will pass away, but his word that pass away. I can say the same thing of money. That is why you need money. The weekend is on now. You have your preference, you have your taste, you have everything you want to satisfy, but in the absence of money, you can't do that. So we're giving you 10,000 to give you that life, to that you will show that vibrancy, that you will demonstrate independence. Everything will just do it for you to make you look like that lady or that man. Today, the entertainment centers will be jam-packed, and you know you need money. So we're giving you 10,000, the weekend money. That's weekend money, 10,000, yeah? Take the 10,000 with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all you need to do. Take it with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Dial star 799 star 25 hatch. Did you get it? Dial star 799 star 25 hatch. Put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and you have for yourself 10,000 for the weekend. Start playing now. Play as many times as you can. Stop whatever you are doing. Just put in the play bet, and then you can have your 10,000. Not much today. Today is a good day. We thank God Almighty for our dear colleague and sister, Janet Pessima, who is celebrating her birthday today. It is a great day. Those days, birthdays, wedding, graduation, and other significant days, you don't want to pass by without you celebrating. The celebration may not be elaborate, may not be extravagant, but it is a celebration, whichever way, once you can express that joy and happiness, and Thanksgiving is birthday. So it's Janet's birthday today. We can wish her well and God's protective covering and leading as she celebrates another birthday. Also, as Janet celebrates today, Mary Mulba of Iron Factory will be celebrating. Her celebration started already 1 week, and tomorrow is the main day. It continues the main day from morning in the morning all the way up to the next day. So I can say with assurance, all of you who know Mary Mulba and Iron Factory, you'll start going to her house now, and you'll not say Sam Andrews lie. You go there, you will drink and drink enough. You will eat enough food there, enough drink there. Just don't worry. Just go in Iron Factory. Just ask for Mary Mulba. You will find her. Actually, as the celebration, you will see the event, you will know. You need not ask anybody. You know when parties somewhere, the music, the people are celebrating over the place, the shouting, the screaming, the dances. So you will know. You need not ask people, I'm looking for Marie's house. You only see, but her house right on the road. So you go there, yeah, Marie Mulba. Start enjoying yourselves. Let's get started, and we've got the issues to talk about. Let's start with the President's office and that of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Vice President's office. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is representing as special envoy of President Joseph Yeman Boakai. Today, the inauguration is taking place of Namibia's president, and on the fringe of the celebration, former President Sirleaf will try to enhance Liberia's bid for a position as non-permanent member on the United Nations Security Council. She and her delegation is in Namibia. They are there to witness the ceremony of Nentumbo Nandi Daiwa. She is the president-elect of that country, becoming Namibia's first female president, just as we had Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as a first female president. So we have the Namibian president, the one that is being sworn in now as the country's first president. Female president, first female president. So former President Sirleaf is not only there to witness the inauguration, but she is in her capacity as special envoy to or of the president of Liberia, Joseph Yeman Boakai. So you want to ask yourself, event like this, the vice president represents the president. Though not in all cases, but given the nature of the event, you want to get the vice president representing the president. Why President Joseph Yeman Boakai refused the movement there of his vice president, but opted for a former president? Well, I can help you with some, not all. One, as far as I know, for the current vice president, Jeremiah Cohn, is the vice president of Liberia, but inexperienced. It is one of the reasons the current president opted for former President Sirleaf. Diplomatically, he's green. Internationally, he's unknown. And issue-wise, he doesn't know how to present it. Two, former President Sirleaf has everything it takes. She lived in the international cycle for very many years. She has the in total of the issues internationally by diplomatic politics and maneuvering. She is well known. Three, she knows how it is to lobby within the corridor of the United Nations. She been in that corridor for several years. The United Nations is not strange to her. She knows all of the workings, the strings that you have to pull, and a lot more. So you don't want to take an inexperienced person, a green, raw person, an elite bourgeois who does not know who he is, to go there to represent Liberia. Those are but the few of the many reasons, in my opinion, that the president opted for former President Sirleaf to go to Namibia, not only witnessing the inauguration, but enhancing by her rapport with people there in the international cycle who understands diplomatic language, who will not go there and look at people who are striving, make significant strive, and refer to them as common people. You want to get people of stature to do that. It's not just anybody. When this thing started, what name was the dominant name that the Liberian government was hoping on, and they made a formal request to him, former President George Weah. Why? Because Weah understands diplomacy. He's been in the international cycle for a protracted period. he being a former president, he is a well-known character within the international political realm. And given his ability to influence, that means people in the international cycle respect him, and so his voice will resonate with them. The Liberian government took all of these into consideration from the onset and said, we need former President George Weah. Vice President Kun been here, but no, they went for Weah. And now former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Bouaga will turn to her. The vice president is so raw, green, has limitation, and he will not accept his limitation. He's power drunk. When I say power drunk, by the expressions that he used on people. A person who is power drunk is an expression for immature. You are immature. You don't understand what you have taken on, but you are excited. A person who is drunk, what he does, just say anything that comes out of his mouth without understanding the surrounding or thinking well. That is the expression. When somebody tells you, or you hear a person saying that person is power drunk, that's what it means. So the vice president is power drunk. The immaturity he has not realized, his limitation, he has not come to grip with it. So because he's vice president, he thinks that he should look down on everybody. The vice president is the first person in the whole wide world, and the emphasis, the vice president is the first person, Liberian vice president Jeremiah Cohn, the first president since God created the world, to use that expression to look at a setting, a former president, a world icon, a man who took this country, who God blessed, fashioned, predestined rather, to come and change the narrative of this country, to put it on a path. Ellen took it from a pariah state. We are inherited little progress, and we are advanced on the little progress to the extent that he's graded, recognized by the international community. And he wields so much power, influence, and control. The most mature opposition politician that this country has ever known. From opposition, first term, all those years, never caused chaos, never looked down on anybody, never referred to anybody as common citizen. He was lambasted many days by the government then of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They harassed, intimidated his people to get him backing down. They brought education, lack of education. What did he say? If the argument is about education, everybody stand down and let us go back to school. We still have years ahead of us. We can complete our education and come back. This I am telling you. This one I am telling you. Ask former Representative Akaras Gray. He will tell you when that issue came out, according to Representative Akaras Gray, in that gathering of few of us, he looked publicly and said, when this argument came up, we have called all of them in his bedroom and said, gentlemen, let us not get panic. Let us not jitter. If the argument is about education, we've got years ahead of us. All of us are in our prime. Let us go back to school, get ready, and when we are back, it will be our turn to win the election. And that happened, and Weah came back. He was elected. Prior to that, Weah caused no stir. As president, he caused no stir. When people thought that he was going to rig the election, before they even said that, he said the election will be free, fair, credible, and transparent. If I lose, I will stand down. That will be the will of the Liberian people. If I win, that is the will of the Liberian people. He lost the election. He conceded and congratulated for current president Joseph Yema Boakai. Currently in opposition, he will cause no stir. He will keep the country peaceful. He will show that patriotic and nationalistic instinct. He has never caused stir in any given way. He has never agitated people. He has never stirred up people to cause chaos and confusion. He has never rallied finance for people to take guns and come, unlike other people with the acquiescence of certain people who are in government today. This man will do nothing of such. He wastes so much power, influence, and authority. He remains calm and helping the government. Vice President Kong curse is showing everywhere now. He went to the national team just for referring to Weah as common president. God curse him. The Lone Star lost. Today, they say they're crying that they were cheated. When Boakai went to the national team, or the national team went to Boakai, the national team did not win. Boakai looks into it and said, no, if I send the vice president to represent us and make a case, the result will be bad. So let me go for former president, my colleague and sister, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, to represent us at the inauguration of Namibia president-elect, and then begin discussion for the permanent or non-permanent seat of the United Nations Security Council. You never want to condemn, vilify people who came ahead of you. It is a curse. Traditionally, it is a curse. People who have come before you, you don't want to be disrespectful to them. Do you know that that statement made by Vice President Jeremiah Kong did not go down well with his boss? Somebody from in the executive mansion hinted that the current president told him that it was wrong to refer to a sitting president or former sitting president that way, and that we are, despite their ideological differences, have done so much for this country. According to the person from within that corridor, Boakai saw it from what Weah is and what he did, and as former president, being a vice president wasn't right to characterize him that way. So former President Sirleaf is there, and then she will start to make Liberia's case for the non-permanent seat. Jeremiah Kong has been marginalized in every way. He told the world that he is a packer, that Boakai packed him, and he's sitting down. The only time he will move when the president calls him. So he goes to the national team and said, oh, sorry, I want to watch the game, but I can't. And I will see what I can do. You know, the president gave me one assignment. I think I can complete the assignment. I don't know what I will do in time to watch the game, but however, if I can, we'll follow live. Became vice president. Listen, you don't get jitter. I know some of you are feeling uncomfortable now. You're saying all kinds of stuff. You think that we sound unruly or we are rude or insultive. No. Every day you use these expressions in your house, at your business center, in your community, in different gatherings. You use these expressions. You may not say as the way we're saying it, but you use different descriptions. It is not the size that makes a person big. Well, if you see it that way, then sorry, you got to increase your IQ. It is not the size. It is not the size that makes the person, or you conclude the person is big because you see the structure. No, it is the mentor. It is the exposure. It is the yeah. So you can be a huge person, but it doesn't say that you are big. You are only big by your mentor, your maturity. Mm, I think, is it Josiah? I don't, yeah, Josiah. He was at the age of 9 when God moved to use him. He was between 8 and 9 when God moved to use him. Well, you will argue about he was very small. No, but God looked at the mind, the maturity. You know, why you look at a child and then you just refer to the child this way. Oh, come on, over here, man. This small boy, yeah, just let it be, man. Yeah, you think you're condemning, but you exalting, you praising, you elevating that boy or that girl. You are simply saying by your expression, the what you see coming out of the mentor of that boy or girl is mature one. That's why you say, move on here, man. You let it be boy, you let it be man. The boy can yeah, just like that. You exalting, you praising the child. You're saying that he or she is showing maturity. It is not the size. You can be like this room. It doesn't say you are mature. Maturity is the mentor. So the vice president is the vice president by power, but he's small mentally. So the president pack him and say Ellen Johnson Sirleaf should go there. Many days he will not do a representation on behalf of this government. The president will opt for either a minister, the foreign minister, somebody from within the higher up area. You will see it. You will see, and you will report back to me and say, Sam Andrews, what you said, we're saying it. Boakai is uncomfortable. He goes around, he makes statements that are just not right for the government. And he thinks because he's vice president, so he can say anything. But I can understand, because you know what? He pumped so much money into Boakai when Boakai was nothing. He bought that vice presidency. He bought it. So that we'll be doing it for that. Former President Sirleaf is helping to make the case on behalf of Liberia with the request coming from the president, Joseph Yeman Boakai, as his special envoy to the inauguration of Namibia president-elect, and the campaign for Liberia's bid for a non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council. And it is scheduled for this year, June. Yes, it is scheduled for June. So, and it is not much time Liberia has, not much time. So you don't need small people. You don't need tiny. You don't need tiny people. You don't need tiny minds. The word tiny by definition means small, very small. You don't need tiny minds in there. No, that room requires mature people. Not man like the vice president. You will never make a statement like that again. All right, let's move to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court did rule denying the request made by the National Keke and Motorbike Riders Welfare, and STAN. STAN is the short form for Solidarity and Trust for a New Day. This is an advocacy group. They had taken to the Supreme Court that the court should overturn the decision of the Liberia National Police, the no-go zone or restriction. But that was denied by the court. Judge Shannon Johnson denied that. What that means is the ban still in place. It will not be lifted. So motorcyclists, you have to accept and then move on with your life. This thing was plain long since. It was a resolve resolution. So just leave it. God will make a way. I can only urge the police, you do the needful, give the people bikes. You people have done awful things in this country, and you think nothing should happen. The incident that happened in Congo Town, you went and created a scene. You brought in a person and programmed the person to act like he was the one who was on the bike. So the police will not be seen as killing all over. But people were on the scene. They saw that. They saw the boy's condition. You go ahead. So that what unfolded today, I can only tell the keke people or the riders, the back riders, you'll have option coming your way. You'll have your livelihood will continue. Accept it. You can be hauling and pulling. The police not willing. Gregory Coleman told you that it will not happen. Senator Dillon said that it will not happen. Dillon is one of those who has Boaka ears. I am using this expression because that's the same expression they use We Are Time. In We Are Time, they said, Magir, who else? Magir, Bill Trawe, several people, a couple of individuals, not several. They said they had the president ears, that anything they told the president, that what President Weah would do. So in this government, Dillon has the president's ear. He's one of those who has the president's ear. It was this same Dillon who said the late Senator Prince Johnson went to him begging that his daughter, he talked to the president so that his daughter can get a job. So Dillon said the restriction will not be lifted. Other people say will not be lifted. You're accepting. No crisis lasts forever is what I can tell you people. Chokon Gray, I know what you and your people are going through. But listen, no crisis, no matter the intensity of it, lasts forever. God will provide a way out for you people to continue your life, to sustain yourselves. Everybody who has inflicted and still inflicting pains on you people, it's just a matter of time before they experience theirs. I know this for a fact because God said it. There is no amount of pain you inflict on people. Whether you have power, you have gun, you have money, they don't able you in any way, whatever, he himself will subdue them. So you go. I understood that a security person is in a very deplorable state. I don't know whether deplorable can be used or in human being, but please, I beg you, please allow me to use that. But what I learned today that a certain police officer is seriously sick. And according to the information, he can hardly work. When the information was being given, listening to it, I only said within myself, God knows when and how to drink his soup. He allows it to get cold. That's all I can say to that. You go ahead. God will make a way. You will find life again. When they say you should stay on the French, as they say, no-go zone on the French of the city, yes, your manager, you will have passengers. You will have other things. Let them just give your bikes so that you people can run on the French of the city. That's all. Since the code deny, it's not a surprise. That is why we are very keen about that March 26th ruling. The Supreme Court denied these people. Okay, let's say not too waiting, but the Supreme Court denied it. It's very likely the Supreme Court might do the same on the other side, but there's no way you can nowhere you can go. So just accept it, and then you'll move on with your life. You'll run within the communities, other areas. You will still make money. It is God who creates opportunities. It is God who, listen, God can allow you people to get good money by making passengers available, by creating the same, then you think the taxi drivers and the KKs. God can say that the bike riders will make so much money, and the KK and taxis, they will just be running, and they can. That's why everything, just believe in God. That's why he said in James, the introduction of James, he said, if you fall in diverse temptation, like the police temptation, though it hurts, it frustrates, it pains, it angers, but hear what you ought to do. Count it all joy. I don't know how possible is that to be joyful in crisis. But this is what God says. So at the close of the day, he will make way. He will make way for the motorbikes, people, you motorbikes. He will make way. This is not the first time that this thing is happening. This is the strength of Gregory Coleman. Gregory Coleman was here Ellen Sirleaf time. We've known Gregory Coleman for nothing. Gregory Coleman never did anything significant in Ellen's administration. Gregory Coleman, nobody in this country can point to anything significant that Gregory Coleman did as a police head. If they will tell you anything, it's this. They back something that, and you see when he came back, when Boga appointed him, that's the first thing he ran to, a motorbike, building small boots all over the place. Beyond that, what have you heard? What have you seen from Gregory Coleman? Gregory Coleman is managing one of the brutal police forces in the whole wide world. Yet Daniel Sando, Deputy Minister for Public Affairs, will say the police under Boakai is the most professional police that this country has ever seen. So we can counter Minister Daniel Sando's position to say that the police force that we see every day is the most brutal predator police under Gregory Coleman. You take Gregory Coleman from there, you put another professional person there, you will not see the police like this. Today, the police has lost the confidence of the people. There is no trust, no citizen confidence in the police. Let an army officer be standing and you get 700 police on the other side and something happens and that person is escaping. He will prefer to run to that one that one military man than to run to 700 police officers. Because everybody, we just see the police people as bad people, as wicked people, as predators. Honestly, personally, for me, I can tell you that when I see police officers, I'm scared. That's why my friends who are in the police, I keep my distance from them. My friend Sam Collins, who is a police officer, with friends on Facebook, I just see Sam Collins star pass. I don't even attempt to comment because I feel that if I say something there, it will be misinterpreted by Sam Collins and he might influence some of his predator police. So even when I see him on the street or we see him gathering, I see all my friends and I want to do. I say, once you in police, we keep our distance. We're just afraid of the police now. We're just afraid because they are ready to do anything to anybody at any time. So that what unfolded from the Supreme Court, the petition was denied. Keeping the King's Cash giveaway, dial star 799 star 100 hash. That's star 799 star 25, not 100, 25 hash and play with 200 Liberian dollars. It's the weekend. We're giving you money. It's the weekend. Things are very difficult. Very, very difficult. Let me share with you a few lines from the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. When we're telling you, you will not believe us. Listen, the guys on the other side, they are lying to you. They are deceiving you. They're not telling you the truth. They were presented like everything is okay. But that is not true. This whole country is about to collapse. Nothing is working right now. These are words from direct quote from Minister Augustin Ngafwa, Minister of Finance and Development Planning. Listen to one of his expressions. He said, this day and age, anything can happen. We are expecting the worst, preparing for the worst, hoping that doesn't happen. Did you get the Minister of Finance? Did you get Gafwan? Well, let me go back with the quote from him. He said, this day, meaning the time that we're in now, and the age that is ahead of us, age as used in his expression means yes. This day and age, anything can happen. Anything can happen. That the time we're in, so you're talking about, and what lies ahead of this country. Watch the next line. He said, we are expecting the worst, preparing for the worst, hoping that that does not happen. The worst should not happen. Gafwan, the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Bwaka, Minister of Finance. So it's tough. It's going to get hard. Terrible days are ahead of us. The government ministers that you are depending on right now, they're holding their money. They're not spending like before. They too not show whether you say will reconsider and keep the program in Liberia or it will be canceled. Because when Trump finishes with the review, it might be we're canceling the program in this country, this country, this country. We will keep it in this country with these conditions. So, in essence, what Gafwan is saying, that almost everything Liberia was that USAID program. And with the halting of the USAID program, he's not too sure that the American government will continue it in Liberia. And if the government of the United States cancels that program, it means that Liberia is finished. That is why they're coming up with some of these mitigation or austerity measures so that it will help. But the way they're doing it is not going to help, but that will be for another day. That's why we say just put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US and get 10,000. Every day we're giving you 10,000. Instead, you want to take it, you prefer, you hoping on government minister, you hoping on government pay. What's going to happen now? You're going to see government will not be paying on time. The same minister who said the civil servants were going to take pay between the 15th and the 30th or 31st, depending on how many days the month has. You're taking pay at the 15th of every month, and the close of the month, civil servants, you tell me if I open the line, or you can just send a private text. Josiah Joker, civil service agency boss that was making BMO all over the place. You can hear him talking more as he used to. You can see him releasing memo every now and then. All of these things they had in place, they were depending on user programs. The monies that were coming in, the dollars that were coming in. When you used to hear government, unity party officials come on Facebook, tomorrow will be watershed. The president will build this country. 500 million. that they use the money they were hoping on. Gavin explained everything. Gavin had it. The other ministers, they shame to say, because they said all kinds of damning things against we are. They did not know that governance is hard. They did not know that Liberia is an island, but insignificant island. You ain't get nothing. Yeah. So nothing forthcoming now. Most of the projects that the government earmark, they are on hold. Don't be carried away by the rhetoric. Oh, they want happening. Where the money coming from? Some of the projects the government improvised. That means the government had to put money there to pre-finance it. And there is no certainty when you pre-finance, you will get the money back. So what the government is doing now is reordering priorities. You hear MCC people striking, and you hear the people on the other side everywhere. You know what the reason for that? The money, say it was sending 500,000 to MCC to get people on supplementary payroll and increment salary. That 500,000, they will cut it down. They will cut it down. They'll cut it by 300 or by 400. Then they divide what they cut from there between this sector and that sector. The government reordering priorities. Reordering priorities mean you have a problem. So the way you projected, the projections that you made, it can't go like that now. You have to make changes in your priority, in your plan, in your budget. So your spending will not be as the way you wanted it, as you planned it, because there are existential factors that are affecting your budget. They're where the government is presently. Difficult days, difficult years, according to Gafwan here. Things not going to improve anytime soon. So when you sit there and we're telling you, play the King's Cash giveaway so that you have money, you overlook it, that's your business. Let's get to the line. So continue to play. Dial star 799, star 25 hatch, play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. And then you can have your 10,000. Let's get to the comments and then we move to the line. Matthew Cholople say they should get ready because the worst is going to happen on the 26th of this month. Liberian people get ready to take to the streets. Emmanuel Bro said it is glaring that the most motorcyclists lost their case because the Supreme Court Justice in Chima, Shannon Clinton Johnson, is this Unity Party government's appointee. Philip Nangwe says the police are investigating whether they have been involved with any wrongdoing. This is the most unapologetic officers ever. Success said God will fight for the cyclists. The police will get punished one by one along with their family. All right. So let's go to the line and just take few calls, and then we'll move to the confusion house. Let's go. Let's just take few calls, and then we'll move to something else. Hello.
Hello, Sam.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Judicial J.B. Williams calling for Johnsonville.
Let's hear you, Johnsonville woman.
Yeah, Sam, listening to you every time you're discussing the issue, I mean, it makes me happy because Liberians need to learn and understand what is happening in the state government. And looking at from what you're discussing and see what is happening, Jeremiah can't sit anywhere to go and represent our country. Because if you are going to campaign, you need to determine issues of matter that concern your country. So lobbying, you have to be lobbying of advocacy campaign. You are going to campaign, usually design the issue. So you need to get like-minded people to publicize the issue further. You ask your big body organization, for example, community organizations that are affected by issues involving in your country. So these are some of the things that I look at, and you know that the only person that can hear me now is President Sadi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you even listen to Jeremiah, most often he still talks like in a campaign tone. So he needs somebody to train, he needs to be nurtured to speak on issues international wide.
Definitely. You are 100% right.
Speak like, campaign tone is very lazy of him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any connection out there. Somebody that was doing business in Nima County. What do you know about being vice president? Thank you, Sam.
But you can help the VP. You sound like a diplomat. You are exposed.
Because we know how to discuss the issue, we tell the issues, and we know how to put them further. But for him, he can't do that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Sam.
Good afternoon.
Good evening. Good afternoon, Uncle Sam. I'm Alvin Johnson, member of the Rescue Mission, calling from District 4, Tuboro.
You member of the Rescue Mission?
You see, Jeremiah Kuhn, for him, he will not go anywhere again because the first thing first, if you look at a former president, what get escort, as you get escort, he got escort, they seen police escort, they seen EPS, and you see that man is a common man. As he said, he cursed himself. So he brought this on us. So we ain't get problem with him. So he will just be here now and be managing the small shop. Then I will get here, we'll get shop discussion. You tell Joseph.
The man will still go out.
Hello?
All right. Thank you so much, Alvin. Thank you. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. You on the line? Let's hear you. You on the line?
Okay.
You on the air, rather?
Okay. My name is Sarah Johnson. I put in for the Master Rescue Mission Information Hall to be specific for West Point. My attention has been drawn to the talking point of Secretary in studio. Let me say this: the vice president has the right to associate with anyone of a trust, which of course are they set out by the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. Hello?
Man, we're listening to you. You gave me your speech.
Which are then set by the Constitution of Liberia. So people shouldn't come on to say the current vice president doesn't have contract. The issue here is that the current vice president is trying his possible best. And if I only men know that yes, Sanokoka is the best candidate, that you think a support,
cool. You're not following the trend of the discussion, man. I thought you talking about the man what we discussed. Then you can't talk about holding Samuel cocaine or You're trying to follow. You don't just jump because you have the ability to get money in your phone and call into radio station. You just call and just say. You follow the discussion. You follow. If you just bump into the discussion, then you ask somebody who was listening what the guy is discussing. What are his topics? And then they might tell you that he talked on this, he talked on that. Then you would know. It will inform you whether to make a call or not. But you just got the thing when talk about you're talking. You think, well, come on, man. What kind of country here? Hello.
The same country you expected at the same country here. Nothing happened to the country.
We all man, call your name. Hear you, man. Same country I expected. Same country.
Good evening, Sam. Good evening to your listeners across the country. This is Hussein Kew. I join you for District 2 in Chickasaw. I listen to the different talking points. So the one that has to do with the motorcyclist versus governor of Liberia, the associate justice have given an opinion on that, declining to issue the writ. Sam, I thought we would create a space for institutions of government to work independently. She is an associate judge of the Supreme Court.
Did you say you thought we would create the space for government institutions to work independently? Did you say that?
Yeah.
So that atmosphere has not been created under the Barker administration.
No, Sam. If
so the institutions, apart from the executive, the rest of the other institutions are being teleguided, remote control.
No, if you say that, then I think that would be unfair, Sam. Because let's look at anti-graft institutions since President Barker took over. The LCC, the GAC have.
I mean, go to the issue. Go to the issue that you call for. You only said that's why I injected.
Yes. So in that regard, they also have the right under the law to appeal before the full bench of the Supreme Court. That the law permits. So they also have another option. But for me, I think that is the opinion of one of the judges of the Supreme Court. And for me, I think that there should be a space for them to work independently with no interference from anybody or anywhere.
Okay.
So I hope our brother will use the other options by taking an appeal before the full bench of the Supreme Court.
All right.
I thought you have a wonderful weekend.
All right, and you too, Hussein. You fasting or you're not fasting, my man?
Not fasting, but you know, Sam, I'm fast.
Hey, my man. I ask you a simple question. You fasting or you're not fasting?
Yes, I'm fasting.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll see later.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, I'm Peter W. Castle. I come from under the street light in Lower Johnson. Mr. Sam Andrew, I think that Augustin Gafuan has really proven and that his gross incompetency to the Liberian people. Because all the time they are continuing to complain, and he's not finding solution to the people of Liberia. You are the finance minister. You should formulate a policy that can attract investment rather than just complaining. It means you are not competent to become a finance minister. And we articulated this into our people yesterday. We told them that the people that you are bringing to power, they are associated with difficulty. Because the innovation is lacking. Creativity is not there. So you just sit over there, complain at the end of the month to collect a huge salary. So I think this guy really needs to resign so that we can find another person to become the finance minister. Let us bring Samuel to it.
The finance minister, Gafuan must resign?
What?
Gafuan must resign?
Yeah, let Gafuan resign because...
Is that the campaign? Is that the campaign you are about to launch or launching?
But the man has proven himself to be a gross incompetent. So if you cannot do the job, the next thing is what? To resign. That's the campaign that we are taking now because you cannot sit here and allow the Liberian people to last in the gap of poverty and destitution as a finance minister. You should formulate a policy that can attract investors. That should be your major objective rather than every day just complaining. Then why are you doing that? Resign.
But the man not complaining, the man admitting that things not going to get better anytime soon.
Yeah, but we saw these things. That's why we told the Liberian people that when these guys come to power, nothing is going to be. And the difficulty is just predicting. The difficulty is already here. The suffering is here. Every day people going to bed with hunger. You know, so I think
Okay, Chief.
government totally collapse. Absolutely.
Thank
Nothing
you.
is working at all.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Hello. Yes.
Well, this is Ethnoca. You know, we may consider it not that he's not complaining, but he cannot making all a prayer. Let me focus on solution for us. The last time we checked, you were offering fast and bread. Then yesterday, he's telling us that we should even expect the worst situation. That's making all a prayer. He's the Prime Minister. Let me tell us, what can we do? What can we do as a country to be able to address some of those issues? You know, and this Jerry issue, you know, Jerry has shot himself in the leg. This is why it is always good
Who Jerry?
in everything that you do.
Who Jerry?
But he right. Jeremiah Pona.
Jerry and Joseph. JJ, Jerry and Joseph.
You know, so he's rushing, okay? And he's not able to represent like even in Liberia when the guy is having a presentation, you see him flip-flopping. You know, he found it difficult to even catch his word. So how even judging one of their parents here say, you don't see it because of lack of diction, the guy used the word come on, and then he started to laugh, you know. So looking at that, you can't even represent them. Moreover,
okay,
he
Chief.
referred to himself as a biker, so all that he's going to be marginalized because Waka is serious offender with these things that he is doing. So he will see more.
All right,
okay,
Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. Let's move to the women's line. Hello?
I'm Auntie Madonna. How you doing?
I'm fine.
This is Marcy Lele calling from Clarota.
Let's hear you.
Thank you for the show, Sir Andrew. I listened to you carefully. I was there laughing. I like my son who speak careful. You better information minister for Waka. Yeah, what I want to say, my brother, I listened to Kafwan yesterday. Look, my son helped me yesterday. Send us where they were for the country, my brother. Look, send us where they were, but they were talking about it was not easy. It was not easy. The people were protesting all the people. He took the blame. He took the challenge. He said, "Well, look for the money, of course." But for the people who tell us what our wasted, they told us to have a budget surplus. But if we are collecting, you are having $50 million for the key. They make more than one. That means 100 million in this country. They tell us to tell our side, our stomach, everything. I want to not say go to school. Everything will be there in this country. Kafwan telling you all. Look, me a plus and not 12%. We are government. They work for this country. They get made on the cross for nothing, for no reason.
Okay.
They get made for nothing, for no reason. So they put tell you on any go 3 years. What I tell you, that we should tell what we said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I broke her down. It's not easy. I broke her down.
Yeah,
they get way back.
Okay.
Get way back. Because we have to work in the new era. They get back to the old era. And that's true.
All right, man, Sisi.
Everybody broke her down. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. Thank you all. Hello? Hello? Let's hear you quick.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, you do something all that and maybe I see back on me. I don't have things in my heart or keep things in my mouth. That's what I wanted to tell you. You wrong me. You getting me?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, because I told you I was sleeping in darkness. They say I'm going to go to Braga. Mr. Andrew, when they're looking for we are sharing, I'll be the first we are sharing like around here.
No.
We are for 8 years.
No.
You make it big me off, my blood waste.
No, CDC, Pape.
The relation do not help me, tell me to get that. I stayed there for 3 weeks. The maker, he moved me, he give me money, he came. But the main year, the time I not with the money, we are long time. So, don't tell me to Papa again. You telling me to go to the devil.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I said that. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right. Sorry. CDC, Pape. Sorry, yeah? Pape, sorry. Hello?
Hello? Thank you.
Yeah.
That came back from Bapolu.
Yeah, let's hear you.
I say lady when they talk about unity party power will know then that I work. So they make it sound that the whole country so we just looking up to the any kind of way they carry go one day will lose them. So and I have the matter every to that oil and so yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because I want to know how I want to pay my tax to withdraw.
Or the due payment, the party due payment. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you will come on to now, you must call you asking, yeah? We'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Because all we are still one take price.
Okay. Yeah, just be listening to that. If you trouble again.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you all for spicing up the first live. Thank you so much. When we come back, we are at the House of Majority Block and the Senate moving on their international break, just as the footballers are on international break. Yes, we can have, man, but we bless God. God is so faithful, so good, so wonderful. He took us from Monday, today is Friday. We are hoping and depending on Him to take us throughout the week and bring us back. So we can help but bless His name as we sit in our old church basement. Let's take the break with this one. Old Church Basement by the group Elevation.
New melody is the same hallelujah that the elders.
Yes, Old Church Basement by the group Elevation Worship. God is good. God is faithful. God is kind. God is merciful. God is protecting us in this Nebuchadnezzar reign. In our old church basement, we say, hallelujah. Okay, let's go down. Let's enter the second and final live of the show. And then we are out. Is the weekend. And we are giving you 10,000. 10,000. The jolly. Some of the entertainment centers, they are getting packed now. Government officials, Claudia Allison. Anyway, yeah, you're right. At least you are on. It's not easy right now. The entertainment centers, government officials, they're moving to various entertainment centers the country has, but they're not helping anybody rather. And let's start the second and final lap of the show with a gratitude to Martin Colley. Martin Colley did extremely well. He did extremely well. He couldn't have done more. He couldn't have done more than that. He did extremely well. He was very proactive. His intervention to save James Etta's life paid off. She was between life and death. We are very grateful. We are told that the money, though not really substantial, but at least it was a good sum to get James Etta out of Liberia. Let's give him the credit. He did extremely well. He was on top of everything. And so he announced that James Etta Kuman has been flown out of Liberia for advanced medical treatment. And they were able to raise over 8,000 United States dollars and 73,220 Liberian dollars to cover her medical bills. And they are still open to contribution because she will need more financial support. She's not out of the country alone. Martin Colley did extremely well, very well. We must commend him. He did extremely well. None of the politicians in this country ever show concern And do you know that none of the politicians ever show concern to anybody in need? Once that person isn't close to that politician, or it has got nothing to do with politics, the politician will not come in. One of the meanest groups of politicians we have in the world, Liberian politicians, they are very unkind, very unhumanitarian. You only see them acting like they're so good in political campaign time. One of the meanest, if that is a word, political groups of all the countries in the world, the Liberian politicians. They shout, they scream, they rant, they boast, they gallivant, they do all kinds of stuff politically. When you hear them, you say, yes, this person is good, this person is good. But they would never, ever, never, ever. People would seek aid. They will hear aid. They will hear it on the radio. They will see pictures. They will read it on social media, but they will never attempt to give $5. They will never. The guys, Liberian politicians, you depend on them, you die. You die. James Etta, before James Etta, I can name you 6 to 7 individuals were dying all over the place. Thank God to radio stations here, and thank God to great humanitarian talk show hosts that will flag the issues. Thank God for social media. They will read, they will never. But when they go to a rally, you hear them say, I am giving 2 million Liberian dollars. Then you hear the cheers, they are excited. No reason why you see them in that place, they're just fighting for money. All right, let's go, yeah. So, President Bwaka, our president, His Excellency, Dr. Joseph Yima Bwaka has 2 doctorate degrees. You please call the man by his title. You call the man by his title. The man is doctor. When the doctorate degree was conferred on We Are Here, the Martin Colley that I just commended together with all Unity Party partisans, they say the man is so dull, you're giving that man doctorate degree. They even condemn the university that conferred the doctorate degree on the man. So the Bwaka Taina, they know that's in a tradition. Bwaka has 2 doctorate degrees. You don't just call the man Bwaka, you call the man Dr. Joseph Yima Bwaka, so the people will know the man's education. Ironically, they see how dull he is. Call the man Dr. So, Dr. Joseph Yima Bwaka has left Liberia for Ghana on private visit. His press secretary, Kula Fofana, will release the information today, Friday, when she gave her press briefing. According to the press secretary, Kula Fofana, Dr. Joseph Yima Nebuchadnezzar Bwaka will return to Liberia on Sunday. They say the president in Ghana, he gone on private visit. No more to say that. That's what the press secretary say. The thing the press secretary say that what we say. That's what the law say. Our profession that guide us. They say don't add anything, don't subtract anything. When the press secretary say the president left Liberia, he gone to Ghana on a private visit, you say it the same way. When you get information from Ghana and say, Liberia President Joseph Bwaka in Ghana, he gone to this place, he gone to the place, he said that one, he said that other one, you release it. So we leave it as it is. We leave it as it is. Did you understand me? Did you hear me? I said we leave it as it is. The president is in Ghana on a private visit. Mole Cisse, doctor, by governor. Nothing will do to it. Man, crew man, nothing will do to it. Nothing will do to it. Is a doctor, Joe corruption ki Kobwaga. All right. So the president has left Liberia for Ghana on a private visit, and the president will return to the country to continue his administration of the country on tomorrow by God's grace. We wish God's protection, God's covering, God's leading of the president as he leaves Liberia. And then after the private visit, that God will bring him back safely. We can't wish anything evil for our president. He's our president. He's our leader. We will disagree on intellectual lines, but he is the leader of the country. He was elected democratically and sworn in constitutionally. We will not agree on all of the issues, but he is our leader. So just as we respected former president, we still respect, we stay hold, we are in high esteem, and we is that epitome of humility and respect, and he passed that on to all of his leaders. As we respect, we encourages that we respect the next leader. The same respect we accord, he tells us, accord the next leader the same. So we're not disrespect our president. We listen to President Weah, and we respect President Bwaka. Yeah, our president. When you have to cost, and you hear AB last night, we never cost. We never do the thing. We're not stoop so low. No, but we describe. That was you care all in from President Bwaka. We put all our descriptions down. The president will say, but you just brought the people here for nothing. They both intellectualizing that, and all the all can describe. So president in Ghana on a private visit. Okay, so let's talk this one and then we out. But just so you know, Jenna is still celebrating her birthday today. It's Jenna's birthday. Jenna Pessima, one of our colleagues and sisters. She is celebrating her birthday today. The birthday will kick off. You know, the woman working now. Yeah, King 7 at the American system. Now you're labyrinthine. Where you're working, then you leave here, you go celebrate. No, when you finish with your work, then you move to celebrate. Now, which hour where you want because you have done your work. So it's on today in the evening. You can come to wish Jenna's birthday or celebrate with her. Mary is on tomorrow. Mary, full birthday. She started celebrating from Monday, but tomorrow, the 22nd, Mary Mulba, she ain't Iron Factory. I told you, y'all go there. The celebration on. Don't worry. The woman husband, that George, we are go first. We are second. That had a man looking. Romancio La Tupan, widely called Cannibal Romancio La Tupan. Man, I I know how to describe it. The whole life that Joe we are. Whole life, just let Joe we are and nobody. So the man celebrating his wife's birthday, Mary Mulba, from a real celebration that tomorrow, from all the way early morning, all the way to Sunday morning. So you'll go there, you'll drink, you'll eat. Don't worry. You go there, your stomach empty, and we get full. Any kind of liquor you want to drink, who can drink liquor. Yeah. All right. So let's go now. Let's go to the legislature. Having talked about the president out of the country, he's in Ghana on a private visit. Private visit. We can't say nothing more because that's all the president press secretary said. We can't put anything there. We can't take anything from that. So the confusion is still on at the legislature, particularly the House of Representatives. And ECOWAS delegation, ECOWAS were here in Liberia a couple of months ago to help resolve, and it did not work. Not at all. It did not work. Now they are coming back into the country. They are coming back into the country. But we can sense that ECOWAS has not, their mission to Liberia first was not a recognition of Richard Kuhn. They have still not given a position, but given all that they have been discussing, you can tell that they have not recognized Richard Kuhn. They have not recognized Richard Kuhn as speaker. They see Richard Kuhn as speaker. But diplomatically, the situation is a volatile one, is a very soft one, just like biscuit. So you want to hold it in a way that it would not crack or it wouldn't break into pieces. In this context, meaning that the situation will get worse than you think you are solving it. So they were here from the first time, nothing happened. The government refused to give their attention. The president didn't give their attention. Kula Fofana said the president's schedule was loaded. The president was concerning himself with significant things than ECOWAS being in Liberia. So he refused to meet ECOWAS and talk with them. They left in a shameful manner. However, they are coming back. They are coming back, though they have not recognized Richard Kuhn as Speaker of the House of Representatives. They are sending a second delegation, a second high-power delegation from ECOWAS state. They will be in the country on the 23rd. On the 23rd, that will be on Sunday, on the 23rd, to continue their resolve to settle the leadership crisis within the House of Representatives. I want you to get the SIMNETs or the cycle. When they came first, Fonatico, I think, had just filed something with the Supreme Court, and the court was due to listen and give a position on that. Within that, some of the people argued that it wasn't necessary because the matter was before the court and ECOWAS coming to mediate will leave the Supreme Court in a difficult position. Moreover, that was a separate branch of government, and on and on. ECOWAS is coming back. The Bill of Information is before the Supreme Court Justice and Associate Justices. And final determination, I do not know, but the legal people said that it might not be. That could be for hearing the 26th, but we just have it as the 26th because that's what they put out. So it's set for the 26th. If the Supreme Court announced the 26th, then ECOWAS mediation will be fruitless. The Supreme Court is the highest. If it is before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court announced a day and date for determination, then ECOWAS mediation might just be political. They might just look at it from the political side, but legally they can do nothing because it is before our high court for determination. They can do nothing. Yeah. So they are coming into Liberia on Sunday, which will be the 23rd. Saturday is the 22nd. Today is the 21st. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 22nd. And then Sunday, the 23rd, they are in Liberia. So we will see how that goes. But as far as I can tell you, their mission to Liberia will be purely political, nothing legal, because it's before the Supreme Court. They cannot overturn or withdraw what the Supreme Court has already started to look into and announced a day and date for determination. But Richard Coon is not the speaker we maintain. The other side, Unity Party people, pro-Unity Party newspapers and radio stations will recognize him as speaker. Richard Coon is not the speaker. He was in Nigeria, and only the deputy people meeting him. The real speakers and other people, they're not meeting him. They're sending their low people to go and meet him. In essence, they are saying that since Bouaka wants recognition at all costs, will not refuse this man. But let's give him the treatment that he deserves, that common sense will tell him. They will just tell him that, no, we can't refuse you, go. The deputy will speak to you or will greet you whatever. So that low people, then can stay in there. They go with me, Richard Coon, you know. Another thing is they will not want, and ECOWAS has to be careful how they intervene, because it has reached the point that ECOWAS can do much. At the time they needed to have, they try, and Bouaka refused. The guys at the House of Majority Bloc refused to give them any attention. We live with it for several months now, and the Supreme Court is about to make a determination, moving from ultra-virus to being definitive, whether Fonati is the speaker or Richard Coon is the speaker. So not much ECOWAS is coming to do. Not much they can do, but they can get into the political side of it. They can come up or persuade or negotiate something. Negotiation? No. They can negotiate anything. They can negotiate anything, because negotiation will lead to concession. That means you will say, oh, because of this and the Fonati Kofa, you know, the country is this, the country is that, for the sake of peace, and just accept this, and then you leave and let this man, you know, the president already recognized this man, and majority of his colleagues and even some people in the international community recognize this man, and for the sake of peace, the development of Liberia, you can stand aside. They could, because if you're talking about negotiation, you will definitely go to that. Under no condition you will talk about negotiation and you will not reach that part. It is also possible within that discussion that the odds could go against Richard Coon, and I hope it does, that ECOWAS people could say from a political standpoint, not the legal, because they are not legal people, they are not the court in Liberia, of Liberia, for Liberians to make a determination. They can move on the other side with the political argument that, oh yes, chief, we are aware of everything that happened and stay happening, and it is evidently clear that you are not the speaker, you weren't elected parliamentarily, you did not give the man whom you claim to have ousted or removed due process. And so we will appeal to you for the sake of the country, to avoid crisis, to avoid potential chaos, for the sake of peace. Leave it as it is, and you people, as the Supreme Court will rule, go back, and if it is your will and you have the numbers you can move the speaker legally and parliamentarily. They could make that concession. Richard Kuhn. Now, if ECOWAS is coming in and their political position on these two, because the first time they came, they spoke with the majority bloc people, and then they spoke with the speaker's camp. So back into the country, it's going to be the same thing. They will have to meet the two people. They're not coming and say, yes, we're in a country now, so everything you're doing, stop. This person, this person, that. No. Reconciliation or forging reconciliation, especially with this kind of tricky situation that we see at the legislature, you want to be very careful how you insert yourself into it. It is a known fact that Richard Kuhn is not the speaker. It is a known fact that Richard Kuhn was installed by President Joseph Yuma Boakai. It is a known fact that the guys lied on the speaker. We say lie because they refuse to give due process. If you have truth against a person, you will be clear in your conscience to allow the person to exonerate himself by due process. They refuse to give the speaker a due process. So we know that. So they stole it, and that is why Richard Kuhn will not want to step down. Because in real life, Richard Kuhn, as with the beginning can say in football, in real life, that means by standard of laws, in real life, Richard Kuhn can be Fonati Kofa in nothing. Richard Kuhn can be any other person in the house when they go. Even if the speaker, for whatever reason, everything is resolved, and then they're going for election, the people say they don't want Kuhn. They only use Kuhn as a surrogate to accomplish their aim to move Fonati Kofa. Now we have to have election. Richard Kuhn can beat nobody in that place. So if you look at Richard Kuhn now, Richard Kuhn is just scared, satisfied. Scared, satisfied. That's how Richard Kuhn looking. He's scared, satisfied. He's scared, but then he's satisfied. But that satisfaction is not 100% because he feels that even if everything is resolved, Fonati leaves the scene, his guys will bring things against him. He might be there for 3, 4, 5 months or a year. They might gang up against him just as they did with Fonati, and they remove him too. So he's scared, satisfied. He acting that he's speaker, he moving here and there. The international community don't know him. Nobody recognizing him. Boakai fighting for him. Boakai just making him to go to the other country. Low country then. Low country. And because the people know what happened in Liberia's parliament, they know how the government, the president interfere. They know how things are in Liberia. So they're making fun of Richard Kuhn. As evident by how they welcome him, how they treat him. They were saying to low people. Low people. Fonati Kofa, as speaker, he never met deputy. It was the top brass along the way. So that mediation there, they got to be very careful. As far as we know, Richard Kuhn is not the speaker. The speaker is Councillor J. Fonati Kofa. So ECOWAS coming in, and I'm about it good. But that the political side is coming on. That the political side, not the legal side. When they finish talking their political thing on Sunday, they go, the Supreme Court will make the determination. Yeah? All right. The Supreme Court made it the determination. That's it there. You see, the man just fake. Real life. Richard Kuhn is fake. The man is a you don't be carried away by the word I was explaining, I just describing. The man is a pathological prank. The man is a pathological comedy. The man just fake. You can see realness in a man. Y'all look at the man. Tell him Mickey Moore. Yeah, the man does not have that stature. He does not have that personality of a speaker, a diplomat. You can see that the man is uneasy within himself. Consciously, the way the guy put him there. They installed Rachel Kuhn. Rachel Kuhn was installed. Rachel Kuhn was not elected. He was installed. Because he know anything, so he put left hand up. Man who say he literate, he teaching university students. He put left hand up. And ain't get no bearing on the students. That he own thing. He know nothing. Parliamentary. Tomafala say, he say, stay here. Then he stood there. Tomafala wrote with pen. That the deputy speaker, I may not know how their stuff goes in terms of swearing in. But I think the 2 or 3 speakers I watch their swearing in. It wasn't done by the deputy speaker. It wasn't done. It was done by the chief clerk. For without Philanthropy on. So how now this 1 year you say you're elected the man democratically? No, there was no vote taking. There was no discussion. None of those things that accompany the election and swearing in of the speaker. None of those things happened. In the midst of confusion, the poor Rachel Kuhn in blue suit, red tie. Tomafala says stand right here. Then Tomafala wrote quick. I think one line. And say, put your hand up. Instead of taking his time out and whisper in the man ear, which one? He rushed. Quick. He put left hand up. Listen, you go back to that thing. You know what the deputy speaker was telling that man? What kind of fool standing in front of people here? But anyway, the Boakai whole operation here. So the man saw, the deputy speaker knows that you take the oath of office, you are sworn in with your right hand lifted. The deputy speaker, Thomas Fowler, has seen hundreds of swearing in testimony, both presidential and as literate and exposed as he is to parliamentary proceedings. He saw Rachel Kuhn left hand up. Anybody, you know what they would do? They'll whisper in your ear, say, your right hand. But the deputy speaker, Thomas Fowler, refused. In essence, Thomas Fowler was saying the whole thing here is not correct. That rushing thing. So Sam Boaka wanted this way. Let's just go. Rachel Kuhn, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Speaker of the House of Representatives, then you're still calling yourself. You see the irony? You say House of Representatives, then you're still calling yourselves majority bloc. A block is a segment within a whole. So you're not the whole. By the educated people there. You say House of Representatives. Then you say majority bloc. There are 2 different things that you're confusing us now. But Yaki, I hope you're playing, man. Let's give you some money so you will go at the weekend and amuse yourself. You distress yourself of this Boakaism. You know, there's this virus. You got to avoid contracting this virus, and you can avoid contracting the virus by getting your 10,000 and go downtown and amuse yourself. Get off this whole political stuff. So keep playing. We're getting there now. I'm about to search the dashboard. Dial star 799 star 25 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then get your 10,000 for the weekend. Today is Friday. It's the weekend. It's a jolly day. Everybody has started celebrating now one way or the other, depending on the occasion. Jenem Pesima is celebrating right now. The woman and her people, they're enjoying themselves. Mary Mobile will continue hers tomorrow, and I am factory. So you can continue yours, or you can start yours with 10,000. We are giving you 10,000. Just take it by putting in $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Dial star 799 star 25 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Claudia Allison. Claudia Allison says, so comedians. Philip Tamba says, I think dog licked the man's face. That's why he doesn't have any shame face. Yeah, you're talking about Rachel Cohen. Yeah. Oh. Prelina Juarez say my side hitting me, man. That Prelina, that the culture we eat. These guys are a bunch of jokers. let them not hear your side, my dear. Heron T. Robertson said he's not my president. Gertrude J.D. Williams said Joseph N. Boaka going to change his battery. There is nothing private. But changing battery, Gertrude, that private, you know, and I need to do a government and political. The member secretary we're going on private visit. It will come. We know about that private visit. Martin Luther King said, no lie lives forever. No lie lives forever. Truth crushed to earth will rise again. So the private visit, yeah, that when you know that truth that is crushed, yeah, to earth, it will rise, and we will know the reason for that private visit. But we already know. But we know. Me, I know. People know. So you're just little one that you only know. Oh, we know what's up. Okay. So let's just take a few calls and then we out. Today the weekend. You see, we're giving your money for all. We're not getting. Yeah, we put everything together. We move from one end to another. Use everything. We save you. We're giving you 10,000 and we get nothing ourselves. You see how you're looking? You see the sacrifice that goes with this thing? We take money, we get to you. Yeah? Then we tell you bring your businesses. You bring your businesses. We give you a very, very low discount. That means we will be operating at a loss, but it is good for us. We accept it so that you will excel because we know where we find ourselves. Things are difficult. You heard the finance minister. We try at King's FM to find a way out of no way. So we say, take your business, whatever it is, just bring it to us. Where you should pay 50 US, you're not going to pay 50 US. You will pay far, far, far less than that. Whatever, just like that. So we help because listen, we put in our platform or we put in the radio station before you and say use it. So that business you get, so people will hear you on the other side, they know what you're doing, then they can come and buy. Because you leave your house in the morning with the hope that you're coming to buy. You're coming to sell, and people will buy from you and nobody can buy. The businesses are just plenty. You go to the place, you see everybody, 500 persons selling lapa. You go to other place, 6,000 persons selling the same. Who will want to buy? Nobody, because, but when the people hear us talking about it, they say, but then let's go and buy from the lady. So that lady now will get money. When she goes home, at least she can put pot on the fire. At least in the morning, she can say, Cynthia and Joe, yeah, $100 here, you can use it, you go, you can for your resale. When you come back, yeah, we pray God that people buy today, so we'll get food. That's what we're trying to do. And not easy in this country. It's terrible, my people. It's terrible. It's just like we're in the tribulation period now. just let the war coming to an end and we're in a tribulation period, because that's how it will be in a tribulation period. When you not get money, you will die. In this country right now, on a Buaka, all the business people, look what happened to the ladies on Ashmore Street, Front Street, everywhere. This country, the country, no space whatsoever. They're not relocating. When we was trying, cleaning dirt areas and putting structure there for the people to move there. Oh, the Unity Party people. Whoa, we are taking bread from the people more. We are the wicked men. We are evil. What the people will go to say? The country here, nowhere. Oh, some of them. That one of the things, all the people, the Unity Party people, they order the one against we are. They say, oh, we are go. Today, Buaka taking people from the streets the same way. Say nobody must say in the street. They're crying. Listen, and you're on the show yesterday. You heard me talk here? No. My news director gave it to me. I look at it. I brought it here. The voice clear. Let me show you. I said, no, I'm not talking. I'm not doing it. Wait, let me just get your list. Jace. The book say Jace of 8. I say I'm not doing it. You know why? Because majority of the people there, the United Party people, they don't want to say, oh, we are go. When we are, look at it, say, oh, the place here, the people go to we are. Say we want to do, they want to do. We are say, boy, if you tell the people from the street, we agree that we want to beautify the city. But the country was built in a way that for just 100 or 200 persons, no space. So if you take the people from the street everywhere, where they will go? It will be like just killing them. So let them be there and let them be selling. We'll be looking for space. So when time comes, then we can see reason. But we as government, we have to build structures first. That's how come we are started with our Omega market. Some of the women and today are crying. They were speaking against we are. Oh, go away with that. You're buying the poo with that. Yeah, Buaka here now. Buaka said nobody selling in the street. Yeah, I came on the show yesterday. I said no. I'm not talking. Yeah, me get your lay sample to tell. I get it.
My children are focusing on the way I started to educate my children through the business. I won't continue like that. Because I can't think of women in the street. When you're not doing business, you will go to other things and they are fasting out to not go. They are fasting out to leave people men. They are fasting out to leave people men. And we're ready to leave people men. We are open to sustain our children. But now the pressure on all what else you come and do now. I have children. I get 4 children. Woman, they want for all those shit. And some of our children coming to school in time, they be balanced. I have 2 children. My children get back to come to school in time. And I didn't market are doing to sustain my children. And I had nothing to do with the market. I did business we've been doing. From upon top on any time I did business we've been doing. I went to school been sustain our family. Some of us get rented before us. They wasn't enough for all paying rent. And then they said when I say one money, who tell you for low money, we have to pay. So when I say I was sustain our children, and the children depending on us. Then they say, so we said no to it. We will not refuse you to go in market error, but we don't have market error. Now what we can send out to say, they tell us when I could say on the quota, we agree. Anything they brought, we should say and tell the table the broom and thing will cover in the way. We agree. We told the mayor came in matter, we told the mayor, that what we depend on, that the market will succeed, we fought for the government, not to supply for us. We fought for the government, we're waiting her. Now I want to read baby school then. I didn't expect for us to see our children. I want to know in government school then. I want to read private school. You selling it up. I want to know how for us.
And you heard her. The first statement she made that they play with been selling in weird time, early time. Then she went further to say, we vote for the government. We fight for the government. So in weird time, oh yeah, I saw everything. Yes, it was embarrassing. Even it's embarrassing now because cars can hardly have, you can hardly turn here and there. It's all over the place. But that is the condition. The population is increasing on a daily basis. The population is increasing. No space in this place to build any structure. The virgin lands that we have on the highway, government don't want to do anything about it. In other countries, they will take that whole go Bombing Highway, Magibi, just go to those areas, see virgin lands wasting. But she said we are time. That market will be doing something we are time, meaning we are so reason. We are a reason. Unity Party people argue, oh, thing happening, we are can tell. No. Sound leader, they don't just go ranting. No, they take their time. When you hear the leader not just talking, analyzing the situation with his people. That most of the time we are saying your leader people. That set the police, since set the police, they don't want you to be wrestling. That thing reach where I know it for a fact because I have people there. So we are saying your leader. You just make sure that they don't come on the road, but let them say no way to grow. So she said the government they vote for that we brought the government here. That the government not telling them to move. That's why yesterday I look at it, I said no. After I listened to it over and over, saying you say we are gonna go. We are the barman, we are left. So rescue 9, you people are in your green all over the place. So that boy can help you now. That boy can get your space. Boy can say you're gonna go in the market. You hear the woman? She said they say I'm gonna go in the market. The market already congested or already packed. You get thousands of people selling everywhere on the street. You will take those thousands of people. What the space in the market? No market yet. Those of you who are out of Liberia, let me tell you, no market in the place. You get one zinc shot in downtown called Waterside. So go see that thing. And another one, Raleigh Town. That's all. That's why when revolution is about to take place or election taking place, trim your mouth. Be careful. Be careful. We vote for the government. We don't want brought the government to power. We vote for the government. Yeah, but don't cry now that your government. That your government. Respect your government decision. That what it is. Let's take few calls. 0772 23 99 33. 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 980375. Keep playing. I'm about to check the dashboard. That's star 799 star 799 star 25 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Let's do it quick. Let me give you your weekend money so that you can go and jolly. You man, when you get out 10,000, say you look, I say, oh, say Andrew, drink one bottle of surgery. I'll be so excited. So you see, I want for you to get your 10G. So Andrew, one bottle of surgery. We can do it. Let's go now. Let's just take a few calls. Great people. And then we are out on the show for this week to return afresh on next week. Let's go. Hello. Yeah. Let's hear you.
Then we say, oh, the way we are the temper also back, but we not proud because it was good for us. It was good for us. Incoming to one time they will not be living in the sky.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Auntie, this is Mom Mary from 6th Street, Bronco.
Let's hear you.
Yes, Auntie, you say our president going where?
Yeah, when Dana also that he press secretary. Yeah, Kula Fofana say he going to Ghana on private visit.
Private visit or he going for treatment.
Man, I know that one there.
No, I'm just saying my own. Or he
Okay.
gone for treatment.
Okay. Everybody saying their own. Thank you. Hello? Yeah.
Quite interesting. So President Baka is thinking he's not there to merry make or want to play a soccer game. When they say private, they say you need not a dialect or a travel person to interpret. It is private. So it is up to you to frame it the way you want to frame it. But the president is in Ghana and you will be
But my man, what did I say now? You indicting me? How did I frame it? I could have cool out for fun.
You have your side of it, right? So this is my side. President Baka will be returning in country tomorrow.
But I said that. I said Kula for finance said the president has left Liberia for Ghana on a private visit. And
just to add to what Kula said, he will be returning to the country tomorrow.
But I said the same thing. Chief.
He's not there to go. He's not there on a medical.
Is it you want to tell us what we don't know about the president's visit to private visit to Ghana? Hussein, you want to tell us what we don't know and you know?
So since you say,
do you want to tell us? Do you want to tell us what you know about the president's private visit that we don't know?
So do you want me to share with you, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So the president has good friends in the Ghana, and there are some investors that come from Europe, and they are staging in Ghana. So the president wants to have some interactions with them. So that's a privileged information I'm sharing with you.
Okay, good. So those investors from Europe, what bars them from coming to Liberia? They are barred from coming to Liberia. They can't come to Liberia?
No, they are not bound for coming to Liberia, but they're where they were stationed. So they're where they requested the president to be. So you have no option because we want them to come to our country and invest.
So that a new strategy now, the president can leave the country to go outside and meet the investors in a given country. Then after that, he comes back home. That a new rescue strategy?
After that, they say you will smile. will smile. I can tell you for a fact.
Okay, Uzi. Thank you. Thank you, Gio, brother. You fasting. How can you too much hotter? But you gave me yourself hotter. Uzi. Hello.
My brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edward Carr. You know, the press secretary has already told us that the president is on a private visit. A president cannot be on a private visit, then you represent the country interest. Let my brother get that clear. He cannot be a native investor on our behalf that the investor was.
My man, lead that team. Emoka, lead that team. Lead that team, but they're not investors. Emoka, talk different thing. They're not investors. Just lead that team, brother. We know.
So to conclude, he has gone to service because he cannot even replace anything called
the president is not even in Ghana on his personal thing, on his personal self. No, you're just lead that team, brother. Yeah.
So it's not mess around. We are here. We have the information too. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a nice weekend, all of you. Let's go. You off? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yes. I'm Emmanuel Instrument, Abraham Cotton, you know, when I accept all type of people to call on this radio and get accused anybody falsely.
No, my man, no, hold on. Hey, my man, hold on. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hello?
What you can do, I don't like it. It's wrong. Respect everybody's view. This radio station is for everybody. This radio station is not CDC radio station. This radio station is Kings FM radio station. No, hold on, my man. Hold on. You can do that thing. You got to stop doing it. Respect each other. We disagree with the president on certain issues, but he is our leader. We disagree with Unity Party officials on certain issues, but we are not enemies. This is democracy. We respect, we disagree to agree. When somebody call, when I allow the man to call on the radio, no, you don't do that. This is not CDC radio. This is Kings FM 88.5 owned by former President George Weah. There's not CDC radio. You know it today. This radio is for everybody that's state broadcaster. Everybody has the right to call and express their opinion. You ain't want setting more call. That's also you're calling. Okay, yeah. What you're doing for the station? I saying hold the our station. What you're doing for Kings FM? Saying you're in at CDC station. What you're doing as supporters of CDC? You're helping the station. You're stop being disrespectful to your colleagues, man. We disagree, but we are not enemies in this country. We are not at war. We are not divided amongst ourselves. We disagree on the issues. You often do that thing. And I tell you, I don't like it. Respect people for the people. When the men speak and you think that you like it, you can counter. That's why you have the right. That's why they call due process. And you see the thing we're talking about the speaker. So we open the line. We give everybody due process. I mean the right to speak. So when you speak, when somebody says something, you know that you don't like it, you can come in to disagree with that man and give the right information. But don't be telling people, you might not allow the man, you might not allow the man be talking. What's that? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, you on the air, Chief.
Yeah, thank you. I'm actually, calling on District 17. For me, when you play better ball, you know, instead of get cooking, you will get better ball. Why not been for one test? So those two are crying. I mentioned that for the government. For me, I have no so money for them.
Yeah.
I have a family which get something to go to and over that this particular man is not somebody that got kind heart.
Yeah.
Somebody who got it from day one.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been to feed the motorcycle, the mother women, the hell work for me. I will not feel for them. I will not pray that God should give. Provide for me and my family for until they say they can feel out. Thank you.
So you only concern about you and your family?
Yes, because we never protect the government. Because we told the people and they refuse to listen to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you hear the woman there. She said, oh, whatever the government, we don't want brother going to power. Yeah, your brother rescue to power now. So you live with it. Hello?
Yes, sir, I do. This is my on the line.
Let's say you quick time. I'm running out of time.
Okay, thank you. Look, my brother, you said it all. So look what I see all in the market now. Yeah, let it keep silent. And I keep silent with that. You're not suffering. You're not suffering. Let man go over there and to deal with the people. The people can reach what happened to the people happen. The people play to come to lab. But when you go meet them, for what reason? What you go meet them for? You take it to the bed and never meet the people on the road. So tell them, so you do as what and say, it will not hold. It will not work. And so the market here, they say, we are work to them. And so they fight with God, and he said, they fight me. Let me ask the marketing, my friend, let me ask that problem. Why the problem? They say, they tell me, my football big market for them. But you say, you get problems for them market daily that he built. They posted it, but you say, we got problems. When you go ask them, what they say, what? They tell you, they want that your best.
Okay.
Your best interest. So tell the man left. Why you crying? You kill. We brought rescue.
All right, my sissy.
Why you crying? Don't cry. You are idiot.
Thank you. Thank you, my sissy. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Let's hear you.
Yes, I want to land just now. You cut me off.
But you honor.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say, I'm not stopping anybody from calling on the radio station. But this
oh, my man, you come out with that same thing?
Leading the labyrinth and be lying to them. What I saw when 20 times, oh, well, you bring anything and I cannot begin, something to bring it. The problem not well.
All right, thank you. Yeah. Thank you all for spicing up the show. I say the Karen Richard all around Boagana lobby with the Ivorian parliament. Few people there with him. He say he acting like a speaker. The guy is you will be disgraced. Your disgrace is at your doorsteps. In few days' time, your days are numbered. Yeah. What's that? All right. Thank you all for spicing up. Yeah. He's a speaker. The Supreme Court are funny. Bad precedents you're setting. That you're wasting time. They're taking your CDC people from jobs. Those of you who are in employ and Unity Party people there, you're wasting time. You should be taking those Unity Party people then from there and give them and let the Unity Party people get a job. What are you keeping the people in your area for? Boaga taking seditions from position by suspension, compelling them to announce their own dismissal. Then you're keeping Unity Party, you're the seditions, then you're keeping Unity Party people in your employ. What a private, wow. You tell them, you're packed in, let them go. You go to Boaga, your Boaga getting job. Pour it out. In the how Boaga said the country now. But your way, when the poor reach 2029, you can win the election. 2029, people just be moving from office to office. Get outside. Anything you get, take it, throw it outside. Then you will see. I see you. Yeah, man. Yeah, God in heaven, a faithful God. Yeah. 1 Samuel chapter 2. Okay. God in heaven, a faithful God. Just God. Continue. Okay, that's it. So the weekend is on us, and the show recess for this week to return afresh on next week, Monday. Next week, Monday, if God permits. But before we go, let's say happy pre-birthday, the birthday woman first. Jen Pessima will say happy birthday as you are celebrating your birthday today. We can help but thank God Almighty who has allowed you to see this day to memorialize it or celebrate it. Congratulations on your birthday. And Mary Molba of Iron Factory, your birthday is on tomorrow, and you will be increasing the birthday celebration from early morning to the next day, Sunday. So those of you who can stand celebration from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock the next morning, where you can go to Mary Molba place. Those of you who can drink real good, you go to a house. Food, don't even talk about it. I advise that when you're leaving your house, don't eat. Just go there. The food waste. I'm telling you because I know the woman's husband. The man can do small thing. So when you sit down there, you say you're waiting. Your friend will have enjoyed before you can even get it. You go to a house in Iron Factory. She ran on the road, Mary Molba, from morning to night. Okay, so that's it. That's how the show recess for this week. Thank you ever so much for being with us. The news is up at 6, and then at 7, this 8 o'clock, Teacher Light is on with Face the Issues. Face the Issues. You don't want to miss it. Thank you so much for spicing up the show from Monday to Friday. Thank you all. I'm Sam Andrews. If God permits, we're back next week.